Good evening, rugby union fans, and good evening, Kia ora, my fellow Kiwis. It's me, Junior, once again provide you with a quick snapshot analysis of a game that has been played out tonight between the Blues and the Crusaders. Now, first and foremost, I believe this is a dress rehearsal for the final that will be played later on this year, and it was played between two of the premier teams of the New Zealand Conference. Now it was a battle of wits, and it was a battle of mentality and stamina. Yeah, stamina and courage. Um, Now, unfortunately, my team being the Blues, we did not win this one. But hey, I don't think any team on the face of this earth who does play rugby union will find it quite easy to go down to the cauldron at Orange Theory Park or any park that is a home ground of the Crusaders and come back with a win. It is a cauldron, and it is a daunting task for any team to go down there and win. But this year, after so long, we, the Blues, did give it a good shot. It's just unfortunately we did not win it at the end. Um, Now, those who did not watch the game, the Blues, we did lead. We were leading um, the first half. We led the first half, and we were leading late into the second half. It was just the clutch moments, and it was the moments where a seasoned team that has been there and done that, is the only team that knows how to get themselves out when they are looking down the barrel. Now, don't forget, we are talking about the Crusaders, who are a team of rich pedigree and history, and they do have a benchmark that they always rise to the occasion. And when it comes to a club team that plays rugby in unison, we are talking about the Crusaders, who are like the Barcelona Football Club of the early 2000s. When they play rugby union, they play a majestic brand of rugby. Now, I mean, just to provide you with a quick analysis, the second half, I believe, was won by one particular key player for the Crusaders, and that was Richie Moanga. Now, when the Crusaders were staring down the barrel, he stood up. He really stood up for the team, and he was able to guide the team around. Now, I've got particular points that I have made, that I jotted down on a piece of paper, that I believe were the key standout times or players or moments as to where the game was lost and where the game was won, and where, particularly for us, the Blues, the particular momentum shifted. Now, I mean, look, before I get into it, I want people to understand that it goes without doubt that the Crusaders will now be undeniably the favourites to win the competition. But I mean, hey, it gave us an opportunity to be amongst it, to really feel like we are in a finals environment, and to be playing pressure football. So we will definitely learn from it, and I'm sure the coaching staff, particularly McDonald, will have a lot of assessing and a lot of planning and a lot of strategies that he will implement, that will make sure that we do a more better job in the clutch moments in the future. And hopefully these clutch moments, if we can win the clutch moments and the big plays, then I don't see why the Blues will not win and bring the silverware back. So I mean, now, I mean, as I've mentioned, I believe Richie Mwanga won the game. But when it comes to the pack, George Bridge, Goodhue, Taylor, Whitelock, and Christie, they did a tremendous job by leading the pack for them. And the Blues, I mean, not to single out any player, I believe we did put in a very good overall performance. But I mean, what we did miss was the fact that Reko Ewani and Mark Talia, they were very good. They were very dangerous in open spaces. Now, what I feel is that the scrum half, okay, or whoever is directing the plays, okay, they should have been able to pick up, they should have been able to assess the fact that here we've got two players that are pretty much cooking on gas. They are they are running strong. They are sniffing out spaces. So I believe that if a player in that particular time is able to assess the game and see that this is what's going on, get the ball to them as much as you can. Get the ball to them. Okay, now I do know it's easier said than done, but this is where the teams like Crusaders and when you look at the national teams, they've got players that are able to do that. And and if we're looking at teams in the Australian conference, you've got the Brumbies that currently can do that, okay, because they've got key players in key positions that are able to assess a game whilst the game's being played and be able to play to the strengths, because there are particular players that do have good games and there are particular players that don't. But when such players are on, or any player is on, you need to play to their strengths. And that's exactly like how the Sharks are very much like that in the South African conference, particularly this year. So I mean, all in all, it was a great performance by the Blues. But yeah, it's just these clutch moments. If we get better practice, and we are better prepared for these clutch moments, I don't see why we cannot win these grinding games, these gritty grinding games. And yeah, last but not the least, what I did notice is that the Crusaders were very good at exploiting the high kicks, and also they were able to contest the box kicks. There was always someone, particularly, I mean, there was always someone who was um, able to yeah able to contest the box kicks, particularly George Bridge was always contesting the kicks that were put in by Hall and Drummond. Now this is where the momentum shift or began to shift, and then where the absolute absolute momentum did shift is when the conversion was charged down. We the Blues were we were pretty much comfortable. Now I don't know if this could be put down to complacency, but when the charge down when the conversion was charged down, this is where the team should have re-engaged. Should have re-engaged in saying that, okay, no, the job's not completed. We still need to keep our mind on the game. But as I said, all in all, it was a fantastic performance by the Blues, especially down in the Cauldron. Unfortunately, we were not able to get the cookies on this occasion, but for this year and for the future, we have got a very good experience, and we've been able to experience gritty and high pressure games. Now I'm just hoping that lessons could be learnt from this, and the coaching staff, particularly McDonald, will be able to harness this experience and these failure to succeed in the clutch moments. I hope that McDonald will be able to pinpoint these things and be able to reiterate and relay it back to the team. Okay, guys, this is my quick analysis. It's gone a bit longer than I would have expected, but I just thought that I would just provide my analysis to all you rugby lovers, and particularly the Blues fans. Once again, this is Junior signing off. Take care.